This is the operations video about the safety pumping systems. This is the most unique pumping system that's available today on the market for loading and unloading of above ground tanks and fuel-to-fuel, truck-to-truck transfers, train car to truck transfers. This system is unique. This film is to show you all the features that are available on this system. This is our four-way valve. It's tied into the whole system. This provides the control of the flow, direction of flow. If the handle is in a straight up 12 o'clock position, this is neutral. As you move the handle forward of the truck, it goes to the load off position, and it's veneered flow. 1 gallon a minute, 2 gallon a minute, 3 gallon a minute, right up to 240 gallons a minute. At any time during the pumping, you can put it in the neutral position, removes all the pressure, all the flow, and you can go to the load on position. 1 gallon a minute, 2 gallon a minute, 240 gallons a minute. You have total pump control at any time during operation. This is our outboard strainer. This is not a strainer for filtering sand. This is a strainer to stop diapers, car keys, glasses, cell phones, things that fall out of driver's pockets that run through the tank. This is the stop. We call it a cat and dog stopper. This is our zero retain valve. If you're going to pump from diesel and switch over to sensitive fuels such as avgas, you put a bucket underneath here, pull this valve, drain out the remaining. You can engage your PTO, pressurize the system, and remove everything that's in the piping and then prove it. This is our driveline guard to protect the driveline from grease and loose clothing. Now underneath here you'll see a cable. This is it's tied into the strainer, and again this is to remove all the retain that you have if you're going to switch to sensitive products. This is your left to right crossover. This is to pump on and off from dual sides of the vehicles. The pump systems are set up standardly with the left side, and this goes so you can pump off to the right side. The top manifold in a truck trailer application or in a tractor semi application, this is to run to the rear of the truck so you can save one hose connections. There'll be other applications where there'll just be a stubbed pipe at the top and you'll just run a hose back to your loading heads. It all hangs from the right hand rail. We use a clutch shift PTO, and in this application the PTO control is right here. In most applications, it's behind the door. So you can open the passenger door up and engage the PTO. This style of PTO, you do not push the clutch into the truck. All the operation of this unit takes place on this side of the truck. We'll step now to the rear of the truck and we'll go over some of the basic plumbing of the truck. We're now going to point out some of the features that are very common on most of your over-the-road fuel transports, both in semi, truck trailer applications. This is in no place or at any time we're trying to replace any standard company safety or operations instructions. All we're going to do here is point out some of the familiar componentry. We'll start off, this is your light for loading, night loading. Here is your overfill monitor. This is used primarily at the racks. Same thing with the optic socket. This is the Civicon's version. There's Scully, there's several manufacturers. They all work off of the same products, but these are used strictly in rack applications. You've got an air pressure gauge, and this is because of the internal valves and vents need air pressure to operate, and this is the switch to open up your internal valves and your venting. This is your label. It tells you what the product that's in the tank. This is just an adapter to go for your vapor line to go from 4 to 3 inch. This is your vapor unit. This is for the hose into the other tank for vapor. This is your loading head used at the loading racks, and this is your unloading nozzle you'll run to the pump system. The piping in the back, this runs up to the pump. This got to make sure whenever you're going to begin the pumping process that your valves are always open once you get all your connections made on it. But that's the basic overview of the componentry. In standard operations, anytime you're going to transfer liquid to and fro any tank, you always have to have your vapor, you always have to have air pressure, you always have to have your internals open to make this function. You always have to have your product hose your product coming to the pump, and once you get to the pump, out of the pump, all the valves have to be in open positions. So when you get ready to engage, before you start the pumping process, always mentally walk back and walk through and verify that the valving operation is done, the venting, valves, and all the caps and everything is in proper position before you go. Again, here's some more of the operations part of the actual hooking up the hoses and getting this pumping system is ready to run. Once you've verified all of your valving connections, your vent, everything that's connected in the back of the truck is ready to roll, you then start the truck's engine. You'll come up with a steel bucket. Open up your delivery line. You'll hook up your hose. In this case, we just have a standard cam lock. There's other people that'll use nylon, Velcro straps. There's locking ears. In this application, we just have straight, normal cam and groove fittings. Once you have verified that your connections are made, your connection to the customer's delivery tank is made, the valving is open, everything is, you walk to the back, you know that you've got product in, you'll engage your PTO, verifying that the pump is in the neutral position. The bonus of the neutral position is when you start this pumping system up, it does not pump, it does not develop any pressure. So at this stage, you would engage your PTO, neutral, open up your delivery line, and product will go to the tank. Begin your process of 1 gallon a minute, 2 gallon a minute, 3 gallon a minute, up to a full load off pressure. If there is a closed valve in the line, this handle will get hard. So as you start to pull it over, you'll sense something's wrong. You can go back and verify. Most of the applications, it's the valve to the customer's tank is still closed. Again, go to your load off position and load off once you've verified that the product you're delivering is correct and once you verify the tank levels are correct. At the end of the load, when you go back to the neutral position. You would shut the material valve off, go to the slightly reverse, open it back up. You'll pull the product that's on the hose back into it. You'll go to the customer's tank, open up a cam lock here, engage some air, push this fully to the load on position, and suck whatever retain is in the hose back on the truck. Shut your material valve, return to the neutral position, and disengage your PTO. At that point of the game, all of the product is in the pump, the line is empty. You'll grab this hose and walk off whatever residuals in it, disconnect your cam lock, cap, and you're ready to go. Go to the back and continue all of your final connections, and you're back to transport. Thank you. One of the final features that's available that's unique to the safety pumping system is a zero retain feature. And that gives you the ability, if you're going to switch from standard fuels and you're going to switch to ultra low sulfur diesel, or if you're going to head over to the synthetics, and you have to completely purge any retain that's in the pump system, the safety pump system has this feature. This is a zero retain valve. You can engage your PTO while it's in the neutral position, bringing either the load on or load off position. You'll feel the pressure develop in the handle because all of your valving is closed. As soon as you pull it over just a little bit, open up your dead man valve. It will purge whatever retains left in the system. You also can pull your cable here and drain whatever retain is left in the strainer. At both, the finish of both those, it'll blow air, and you'll be able to verify that there's nothing left in the system. That is unique to this pump system.